Hey pool people, Kristin here. Today is our pool lesson day from Valley Pool and Spa. Today we're going to learn how to handle cloudy water, how to cure it, and how to prevent it. We're just going to wait a couple minutes here. Oh, there goes my connection. We're going to wait a couple minutes till we get some viewers on here, and then I will start with the lesson. Today we're going to learn about, oh, Dana, superstar. Dana, I think you are our #1 customer. We are going to start here in a few minutes, learn about cloudy water and how to cure it. So as always, thank you all for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them during our lesson. We'll try to answer them during the lesson or after the lesson. I'm going to try to teach you how to clear up cloudy water, what causes it, how to prevent it, and I'll show you a couple accessories that you can get to help you with that. And I'm really hoping that the wind is not going to ruin our lesson today. And guys, guess what? For all of you that have been watching me, there is a motorcycle, but my neighbor is not cutting his grass, so shh. We'll have no grass cutting today during our lesson. All right, looks like we have 8 viewers right now. Let's see here. Hi everyone. Thanks for watching. You can see my pool in the background. It's still a little too cold to swim. However, we did swim on Saturday. Did anyone else swim this weekend? Because it was really pretty when it wasn't raining. For those of you that are out of state, we are located in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So when we get a sunny, hot day, we have to take advantage of it. For those of you that are watching from out of state, any of the items or chemicals that I show during today's lesson, you can purchase on shopvalleypoolspa.com. We normally have everything listed on there. For everyone that's local, if you do see something that's out of stock, always know that we have our 8 locations fully stocked, and more than likely we still have the items in the store if they're not on our website. If everyone watching can just share with their friends, we're going to start the pool lesson here. If you're late to the pool lesson, and Susan says it's too cold to swim. It is. My pool right now is like 78. It's a little too cold for me. I like it in the 80s. We need to get a heater. I'm working on that. If you ever join in the middle of a lesson, know that you can always watch these on our Facebook page, or we are now uploading them to our YouTube channel. If you look up Valley Pool Spa, you can find us. You can find all of our previous lessons on there, as well as some of our commercials and some of the crazy videos that our team has put together on Facebook and for other things in the past. There's a lot of fun things on there. Hi Dennis, thanks for watching. All right guys, today, like I said, is the pool lesson is cloudy pool water and how to prevent it and how to cure it. A lot of people have been saying they have cloudy water and they can't get rid of it. So I'm gonna go over some of the things that cause cloudy water, and then we're gonna go over how to prevent it. So let's talk about this. When your pool is cloudy, there are normally 3 things that are wrong. One of the 3 things anyway. The first thing is you have bad or not enough filtration. Now, for those of you that have watched my other lessons, you know that the 3 main things for any healthy pool is circulation, cleaning, and chemicals, the 3 C's. So we want to talk about circulation. Depending on your pool filter, we'll talk about how to clean that, but your pool filter is kind of the brains of your pool. If that's not working correctly, nothing else is going to be working correctly. So you want your filter and your pump to work as good as it can. Our recommendation is that you run your pool filter at least 12 hours a day. And the reason for that is your pool needs to turn over the entire gallon inch of water that's in the pool twice a day. That means every little drop of your pool water is going through that filter twice. And if you have a pool filter that is sized to your pool, it should be able to do that within 12 hours. So you want to make sure 12 hours or more is what you're running your pool filter. I personally recommend 24 hours. I don't shut my pool filter off. And the reason for that is turning it on and off does sometimes hurt the pump. Like the pump will run dry, and then when you turn it back on again, it runs dry until the water runs through it. So I just leave it on 24 hours. But if you don't want to do that, 12 hours is fine. The other thing with filtration is making sure your filter's clean. We've talked about this many times before. Make sure that you chemically clean your filter at least twice a season. If you have a cartridge filter, right now is the time to clean your filter, chemically clean it. And that means taking your cartridge out of the filter tank, soaking it in a filter cleaner and some water. I use all-in-one filter cleaner by Caribbean Blue. This you just dump in a bucket, or I use a big like tote that you normally store things in. I use a big tote, pour the water and the filter cleaner in it, and soak my cartridge overnight, and then hose it out the next day. The all-in-one filter cleaner will work on any type of filter. So if you have cartridge filters, sand filters, or you have an earth filter, diatomaceous earth filter, this will work on those. And if you don't know how to chemically clean your filter, those of you that are Valley Pools customers, you can stop in and get this checklist on how to clean your filter. This gives you all these steps, easy peasy steps, well, for sand filters, it's only 5 steps. Earth and cartridge filters, it gives you step by step, and then sand filter step by step tells you exactly what to do so you can make sure that your filter is running correctly and clean. Now, for earth filters, if you have the Hayward filters, or if you have, they're called grids, they look like half moon shaped, like filter grids inside, and you use diatomaceous earth, which is the white powder, you want to make sure you're adding the correct amount of earth. Every year I get questions saying, my pressure is up in my filter, what do I do? If your pressure is constantly running high in your earth filter and you have just cleaned it and you don't know what's happening, it's because you don't have enough earth in the filter. I know that sounds weird. You would think it would run, you would have high pressure if you had too much earth in, but it actually is the opposite. So when you have an earth filter, grab yourself one of these guys. This is a DE scoop. And what this measures out is exactly 1 pound of earth. You want to fill it to the top, level it like you would baking with flour, and this is 1 pound of earth that would go into your skimmer to cover the fingers or the grids that are in your filtering system. For above ground pools, check your label, and you're probably going to use 4 or 5 of these scoops. 4 or 5 pounds normally says on the label on the front of the filtering system. For in-ground pools, you're going to use 6 or 7. Again, check the label. This is 1. So if you are watching the video today and you stop into any of the Valley Pools stores and let them know that you watched this video, this DE scoop is normally $7.99. I'm going to give it to you for $5. So in the stores, mention the video, and you'll get your DE scoop for $5. Make sure that you have the correct amount of DE in your filter. Okay, so with cartridge filters, yes, we soak them, but once you rinse them, here is another tip. You want to make sure that when you rinse the filter off, you're not using a pressure washer, you're not using any type of high pressure hose. And the reason for that is the pleats of a cartridge will come apart, therefore not filtering correctly in the first place. Once it dries, it's not going to be the same. You're just going to end up having to buy a new one. If any of your bands have broken off of the filter, the bands that hold those pleats together, it's time to buy a new one. There's also the filter flosser, which you can put at the end of your garden hose. And this, you can see all the little holes right here. This fits right on your cartridge, so you'll be able to get all these little streams of water inside the pleats, so you get all of the dirt and grime out. This is awesome. I brought this home so I can use it on mine, because when I just cleaned mine, it took a very long time to get the hose into all those pleats and get all the dirt out, so I'm keeping this one. But these are at the store. We're always running specials on these. I believe they are $24.99, and you will be able to get them for $20. Go in and say you watched this video. Okay, so you've cleaned your filter. Oh, I didn't touch on sand. Sand filter, you guys are going to use something called Sand Assist. I've said this in previous lessons, but it's a little bag of a polymer that you put in your sand filter, and it actually makes your sand filter work a whole lot more efficient. So I didn't have that to bring you today because my North for Sale store was out, but it comes in a little package, and one little package will last you the whole entire season. Oh, look at everyone coming in here. Hey, Kelly. Guys, if you missed anything at the beginning of this lesson, don't worry. It will be on our Facebook page. You can go back and rewatch, or it will be on our YouTube page, normally on the next day. Kimmy's watching. Hi, Kimmy. So if you missed anything, go ahead and watch it on our Facebook page or our YouTube page. Okay, so we went through cloudy water can be caused by bad filtration. The next thing you want to do is check your sanitation. Cloudy water can also be caused by low sanitation levels. And what that means is that the chlorine that you're putting in your pool, the shock that you're putting in your pool, is getting eaten up by something else. Or that you're just not putting enough in. So one of the reasons you could have a low sanitation level is if you have any debris. I'm talking about organic debris like leaves, bugs. Right now I'm getting a lot of little petals and things like that in the pool. Your sanitizers are attacking that stuff as soon as it hits your pool. So you want to make sure that you skim your pool every day if you can. You want to make sure that any leaves or anything that get into the pool, if you have an automatic vacuum, try to run that every once in a while. And again, empty your skimmer basket. You want to do everything to make sure that the organics do not stay in your pool. The longer they stay in the pool, the more the chlorine is going to try to eat it up, and that's going to use up all the chlorine that you've put in the pool to sanitize it regularly. So that's organic materials. The other thing that could eat up your sanitizer is body oils, makeup, sunscreen, hair products, things like that, or sweat. I know in our last video, someone asked us about urine in the pool. Whenever you have a big pool party, you're having all of those bathers in your pool, they're going to use up your chlorine. That's why we always recommend after pool parties, after big storms, you always want to shock your pool with a triple dose of shock. Now, you don't have to do that all the time, but only in extreme circumstances. I can't talk today, guys. All right, sorry, I was just reading our comments there. Hi everyone, thanks for coming to pool school. Okay, so we're talking about cloudy water. It's either going to be caused by bad filtration or by low sanitation levels. Number 3, the reason for cloudy water is unbalanced water. For those of you that are new to taking care of a pool, if your alkalinity is too high or if your pH is too high, that could also cause cloudy water. These are actually very easy to take care of. If you have cloudy water due to those, it's really easy to take care of and get rid of fast. However, as we talked about low sanitation levels, that also goes into the unbalanced water. So the biggest thing to take care of to prevent cloudy water is getting your water tested and testing it yourself. These little guys, you can use whatever strips you have at home, but do this once a week and then bring your water sample into Valley Pools once a month at least, or anytime you have a problem. If you have cloudy water, algae, right before a party, you want to make sure everyone's safe and healthy in your pool. You can bring your water sample in at any time. Valley does not charge for water tests. However, we do ask that you buy our chemicals. But for those of you that have not been to a Valley store, we have pretty much every chemical you could want. I do recommend the Kirby and Blue brand, but we also carry BioGuard chemicals. We carry Pristine Blue. We have Baquasil, Sustain. So you name it, we probably have it. So we're going to take care of filtering the water, and I'm going to give away a prize right now. I know I said I was going to give away 10 prizes during this lesson. So the first person who can tell me what one of the things we can do to prevent cloudy water will get a prize. I named 3 main things. What prevents cloudy water? The first one to comment with a way to prevent cloudy water will get a prize. Oh, we got 1. I'll take 3 more. Dana, Terry, Kelly, 1 more. Oh, Jessica got it. Awesome, guys. Okay, so when we're done with the video, go ahead and message me your addresses and I will send you out a little prize from Valley. We're going to go into how to clear up cloudy water now. You all know how to prevent it. We're going to circulate the water, run the filter 12 hours or more. We're going to check our sanitation levels. So we're going to shock the pool. In most cases, we're going to try to shock at night. And we're going to shock the pool after our parties, after thunderstorms, or if, you're having any trouble with the water, so you've just had algae, things like that. When in doubt, shock the pool. For those of you that are not using chlorine in the pool, please visit us because we have maintenance sheets and tip sheets for everyone, no matter what chemical system you use. Talking about chemicals, we're going to balance the water. So you're going to come into Valley and you're going to get your maintenance calendar. And this is for, this one right here is for a chlorine pool, but we have them for every type of chemical system. And this tells you step by step what you need to put in your pool every week. Doing this weekly prevents a lot of things from happening in your pool, and it also saves you a ton of money. So if you're preventing everything, then you're not wasting money and energy by fixing it later on. And you know what? It always needs fixed when you want to use the pool. So if you are taking care of it, using that 10 minutes every week to do your weekly maintenance, you're going to save yourself hours of hassle later on. All right, so in the instance that you do have cloudy water, the first thing you're going to do is test the water. You can bring your water sample into Valley, we'll test it for you, or you can use your test strips. Some test strips don't tell you as much as you may need to know. Mine here has 7 different things. A lot of them only carry 4 different main items, but you want to test first to see if your alkalinity and your pH are in range. If those are in range and everything is good, then we're going to go to the next step. Oh, it's been one of those days, guys. We're going to go to the next step, and that is deep cleaning your pool. And when I say deep cleaning, I mean you're going to scrub. First thing you're going to do is get out all of the debris. Then you're going to brush the sides of the walls and the floor with a stiff brush. That's any pool brush that you have that's not on your vacuum. You want to use an actual brush for your sides and your wall, or your sides and your floor. If I know that I've showed those in other videos, so if you want to know what I'm talking about, just go back a week, and I know that I had some on there. We have a huge assortment of maintenance tools at Valley Pool and Spa and on our website, shopvalleypoolspa.com, that you can take a look at. Make sure you get a brush. So let me back up here. Deep cleaning is number 1, removing all of the debris. Number 2, you're going to brush. And number 3, you're going to vacuum. Okay, remember that. That might be a test question later. Jen, sorry guys, I'm reading the comments. Jen says that she has to test daily and usually add chlorine several times a week. You know what, Jen? You shouldn't have to add it several times a week. If we want to talk offline, we could see what kind of chlorine you are using. If it's an unstabilized chlorine, that may be the thing that's making you add it several times. And you should only have to test it weekly. You shouldn't have to test it more than that. But we can get you into chlorine, or maybe you're not using the right amount of chlorine. So we'll talk about that later. I'll message you after the video, and we'll get you taken care of. Okay, so after we deep clean the pool, we're going to shock the pool at night. I know all of you don't really like to do that, but I'm going to tell you why it's important to shock the pool at night. Most shock is not stabilized, like we were just talking about with Jen. There is unstabilized chlorine and there is unstabilized shock. It's more common in shock, but what that means is that the UV rays from the sun can easily pull it out of your pool. So if you're putting shock in during the day, unless it's a, simply shock and swim or an easy shock and swim, those type of shocks are just for maintenance, but you're going to want to use a troubleshooting shock, which is normally a calcium hypochlorite that you would put in at night. Putting it in at night lets it actually circulate through the water and kill any bacteria that may be causing your cloudy water. So the amount of shock is also important. If you are normally putting 1 bag in a week, you are going to triple the dose and put in 3 bags for cloudy water or algae water. So you want to triple dose your shock at night. I'm just checking my notes here, make sure I get everything. Just so you know, when you do shock your pool, you will get sometimes a cloudiness in the water, but that will clear up very shortly as long as your filter's running. If you have your filter running, everything's circulating, your pool will clear up pretty quick. The other thing you could do is flock the pool. Now, this is one of my favorite troubleshooting things to use whenever someone is going to have a party or they are trying to get rid of a problem that they've had for a long time. So, and when I say a long time, the pool's been cloudy for a week and they need it to be cleared up pretty quick. Flocking the pool is when you add a chemical to the water, you add a pool flocculant, and it drops the cloud to the bottom and you vacuum it out to waste. That might have all just went over all of your heads, but I'm going to make it easier for you. So my favorite is the Caribbean Blue Super Dropout. How you add this is, first of all, you go to Valley Pools, imagine that, and you get your handy dandy tip sheet that tells you step by step what to do in flocking the pool. It's not that hard, guys. You take this little checklist out to your pool. We'll even laminate it for you if you want us to. And you start at the top by backwashing and cleaning your filter. Then you go down the list and you add your super dropout to the water. You want to make sure that you are flocking on days where it is not going to rain. And that is the biggest tip I can tell you with flocking, because this needs to be put in the water when the water is still. If it starts to rain, then it breaks this up and it doesn't work as well. So I wouldn't recommend putting it in the pool on a day like today where it's probably going to rain tonight. You want to wait until the weather's dry and you can have the pool sit still overnight so you can vacuum it out the next day. Okay, so once you have vacuumed everything out to waste, and there's more steps in between there, but I'm going to save that for you. You have the checklist, stop in and get it. Bring your water to Valley Pools. We'll get you everything you need and give you the step-by-step instructions. But once you flock the pool and get it back up and running, you're going to want to use something called clarifier. Now, for some reason, everyone knows what clarifier is, but that nobody knows what it does. Yes, it does make the water clear. Not all the time, though. What clarifier does, and I'll show you mine. Here's Forever Clear clarifier. Clarifier is used to help the filtering system hold the tiny particles in the filter instead of it going through the filter back into the pool and just keep circulating through. The clarifier, when you put the recommended dose in your pool, will take those tiny little particles and put a bubble around that particle to make it bigger, which then will let your filter lock it into place in the cartridge, in the sand, in the earth, so it doesn't go back into the pool, which is why your pool ends up being clearer. Now, here's a trick with clarifier. Only use the recommended dose. Most clarifiers are very, very highly concentrated, and if you use too much, it will add to the cloud. So it'll actually make your pool water cloudier. If you do have a cloudy pool right now and you add clarifier, you can add it again after 48 hours. So 2 days later, you can add another dose of your recommended dose of your clarifier and keep going until the water is clear. If after 4 days it's still not clear, not clearing up a lot, that means there's probably something else going on. You want to start back at the beginning, check your filtration, check your sanitizer, and then get your water tested. Those three things, are what will help you cure the cloudy water and what will help you prevent the cloudy water. So how many prizes did we give out so far? 4. So that means I still have 6 left. So let's give out 3 more. So who can tell me what you have to do to deep clean a pool? I will give you the first step. The first step is going to be to remove all the debris from the pool. So using your skimmer, using your skimmer basket, your net. What is the second and third step? I'm going to give 3 more people prizes. So we had remove the large debris with the skimmer. The next step is Looks like Kristin Fleming got it. Scrub the sides and the bottom. Megan Barco got it. And then you're going to vacuum. I need one more person. Denny. Oh, Denny, I didn't even see you come on here. Denny got it. So we have Kristin Fleming. Who was it? Kristin Fleming, Megan Barco, and Denny Green. You guys are my 3 winners for the middle. So I still have 3 prizes left, guys. I think. Yes, I have 3 prizes left to give away. So keep paying attention. I'm going to give out the 3 at the end of our lesson. All right. So we went through the causes of cloudy water. We went through how to clean up cloudy water. Let's see. What about how long does it take to clear cloudy water? So cloudy water normally takes about 2 to 3 days to clear up. When I get a lot of phone calls saying I did everything you told me to do and my water's still cloudy. Okay. It normally takes 2 to 3 days. You need to make sure that your filter is running nonstop when you have a problem. We did say about running your filter 12 hours or more earlier. That's when the water is clear and you're just running on maintenance. Anytime you have you're troubleshooting an issue with the pool water, say you have algae, you have cloudy water, you know, you found something dead in the pool, you want to keep the filter running 24/7 to clear that up as fast as it possibly can. Shutting off the filter is just going to prolong the problem. You want to make sure that we get that water turned over as much as possible. So if you run your filter 24/7 when you have cloudy water, it should take 2 to 3 days. So 36 hours. 36 hours? Yeah. To clear up your cloudy water. And like I said before, taking that 5 to 10 minutes weekly on just doing your weekly maintenance. So you're going to test your water, make sure you have your sanitizer, oxidizer, make sure your filter's running correctly, and clean the pool. You should not have to worry about these problems taking 2 to 3 days to clear up. All right, guys, I know in our last lesson we talked about these little guys, so I wanted to bring them out and show you for this lesson. This is a sun sorb, also called a scum bug. These little guys are used in hot tubs and in pools. And what these do, which will help with your cloudy water as well as algae and other things, is they do exactly what they say. They're going to soak up all of the oils, all of the makeup, the hair products, sunscreen, all of that suctions onto this little guy, this pretty little happy little sun, and it sticks to this instead of your pool. These are washable. You can take them out of the pool and wash them and throw them back in, or you can use these in your hot tub. These are awesome in a hot tub. Since the jets are running, you do have more oils and sweat from the hot water. So these are awesome in both. We always recommend you put these in your pool underneath the winter cover, and they're going to soak up all of the organics that get into the water over the winter as well. Just so you know, these are really cheap. They're only about $6 a piece, and they will save you a ton of time, a ton of issues. So go check them out, sun sorbs. Now earlier we're almost to the end of our lesson, guys. It went pretty quick today, huh? So we have some little sales going on for everyone that viewed us today, everyone that watched this video, until the end of the week. So the end of the week is, well, how about we make it Father's Day? Father's Day is on June 20th. Until Sunday, Father's Day, if you mention to your cashier, your team member that's ringing you out at the store, that you have watched Kristin's pool lessons, Valley's pool lessons with Kristin, you will get the filter flosser for $20. That's $4.99 off. You will get Your DE scoop, regularly $7.99. You'll get this for $5. Save $2.99 there. And your sun sorb, you'll get for $6. So I think that's a savings. I think these are normally $6.99, $7.99, somewhere around there. You'll get them for $6 if you say you watched the lesson. So $6, $5, $20. For those of you that missed it, this is awesome to clean your filter. So take a look back, see what it does. They just screw right onto your garden hose and you can use them to clean off your filter. Okay, the other things that we went over were the all-in-one filter cleaner. You want to chemically clean your filters. Make sure you do that this time of the year. You want to make sure that you use your clarifier weekly. Only use the recommended dose. This is 2 ounces per 5,000 gallons. So this is on your weekly maintenance calendar from Valley Pools. Check it out. Make sure that you use this weekly. If you're using something like Pool Weekly, that also has clarifiers in it, and that's awesome to use as well. I know we've gone over that in previous lessons as well, so use that. Use whatever you want. Like I said, we have plenty of chemicals to show you at the store if you want to stop in and take a look and ask us questions there. All right, is everyone ready? This is the last 3 prizes I have to give out. Now, if you've already won a prize during this, Dana, I will get to that question in a second, but if you have already won a prize during this lesson, sorry, it's only 1 prize per lesson, but make sure that you send me your addresses so I can send you out your special prize. All right, here is the question to win the prize. What is the name of the chemical you use to drop the cloud to the bottom of the pool? I'm going to use three winners for this. If you can name the chemical that drops the cloud to the bottom of the pool. Does anyone know? We went over it. Starts with an F. It's fun to say. Let's see, does anyone know? While I'm waiting for anyone to answer, Dana had a question of, speaking of dead animals in the pool, any tips for keeping bats away from the pool? Well, Dana. Dana and Denny both got it, but they both already won prizes. All right, guys, you already know what it is. So if you want to win a prize and you didn't already win, hurry up and say something on there. Dana, are the bats dive bombing your pool, or are they just flying around it? Well, if they are just flying around it, I don't really have anything for that. But I will research it because that's kind of interesting. If they are dive bombing your pool, I'll have to research. I know how to keep bugs away. I know how to keep birds away. I have never heard of bats being an issue in the pool. Oh, they're getting the bugs. Well, Dana, we need to get rid of the bugs. That's our issue. So, let's see. Do we have 3 winners yet? Oh, you found dead ones in the skimmer. Ew. So, a good thing to keep bugs out of the pool is upping your dose of algicide. You can do a double dose of algicide every week. Bugs don't like that stickiness on the water, so they're going to not want to be in the water. Making sure that you clean out your skimmer basket every day if you can. Using a heavy-duty an enzyme. So if you use the Pool Weekly, that will also help. You can also try the, Pool Weekly actually has the solar cover in it. The liquid solar covers make a nice layer so bugs don't like to go on the pool. So we'll get rid of the bugs, and hopefully that gets rid of the bats. So Dana, let us know how that works out for you. We have 3 winners. Congratulations. We have Kimmy, Jamie, and Sherry. Congrats, guys. We gave out 10 prizes today. Just so you know, if you have not already, message me your address, and you can message valleypoolspa.com. Oh, I'm sorry, not valleypoolspa.com. Go on our Facebook and message us, or you can email me at Kristin@valleypoolspa.com. And just to go over real quick how to get rid of cloudy water, we're going to make sure there's proper filtration, make sure we clean the pool, and make sure we balance the water. And I just want to make sure that you all know how much I appreciate you watching me. And we will have another pool lesson next week. So make sure you tell all of your friends. Let me know if there's something you want to learn. And as always, be sure to bring your water sample to Valley and have your water tested. All right, guys, that's it for me today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week.